Hello students, I am Prakash Kumar Das, TGT Mathematics of JNV Angul, Odisha. Now present before you the chapter triangle that is belonging to chapter 6 of standard 10. So today we will discuss one of the most important theorem that is called as your basic proportionality theorem, which is nothing but a gateway to understand the concept of similar. So before going to discuss more about the criteria of similar triangle, we must have to go for this. In our previous class, we have discussed the similarity of polygons. Okay. Now, a triangle as a specific or a special polygon, you see, two triangles will be similar if their corresponding angles will be equal. Okay. So, when the corresponding angles of two triangles are equal, then it is considered to be an equiangular polygon. Is that clear? So, one famous Greek mathematician whose name is Thales, he had given an important truth for that equiangular triangle. If triangles are equiangular, then according to his truth or his inversion or his proof, the ratio of any two corresponding sides into equiangular triangle is always the same. Okay, the ratio of any, for example, these are two equiangular triangle. You see, these are two equiangular triangle. One is ABC, another is DEF. Okay. If they are equiangular, their corresponding angle, I may mark here, angle A is equal to D, then angle B is equal to F, E, and angle C is equal to F. Then the triangles are equiangular. Okay. Then Thales is telling that the ratio of any two corresponding sides, if I take AB with respect to its corresponding side D, then AB upon DE will be equal to your, for example, another ratio of side, that is BC upon EF. Okay. In the same way, if we consider your AC side, then AC upon DF may be equal to your BC upon EF. In this way, it will be going on. And comparing these two equations, you see, we may get in a generalization condition, that is AB upon DE is equal to BC by EF is equal to SC by DF. Okay. So, to know more about this proportionality, means ratio of sides, okay, Thales had given a very good important theorem, and according to his name, the name of the theorem is known as your Thales theorem. And why it is called as basic proportionality? This particular theorem is dealing with the ratio of sides, or which in other way we may call it as proportional, as it is a beginning or the basic knowledge to clarify, to clear the concept or the criteria of similar triangle. Therefore, it is known as your basic proportionality theorem. Now let us discuss what is this basic proportionality theorem. This is being stated in the form of theorem 6.1 in standard 10 NCERT book. Okay, coming to the statement, you see, if a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, if a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in same ratio. So you see, often students are facing difficulty while they are reading this statement, while remembering this statement of BPT. Is that clear? I will tell you now in which way you will recall or remember the statement. You see, you should have to remember, discuss how to remember the statement of the theorem. Dear students, you will have to remember the statement of the theorem in 3 breaths. Okay? In the first breath, you listen, in the first breath, you will have to remember that if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, okay? In the second breath, that is to intersect the other two sides in distinct points. And in the third breath, the other two sides are divided in same ratio. So in this way, if you will remember the statement of the theorem, then it will be easily make a platform for your understanding. So you listen, in which way you will have to remember, if a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, okay, to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the sides are divided in same ratio. This is the statement of the theorem. Okay. Now, what are the prerequisite knowledge? Before going to prove the theorem, now let us discuss what prerequisite knowledge that will helpful to you to solve this theorem. Okay. Now, the first one is your area of a general triangle. Dear students, all of you know that this is a triangle is there and its base. This is your base and this is your altitude h. The area of the general triangle is what? Half base into altitude. Is that clear? So this is a prior requisite knowledge that will helpful to you in this theorem. Another concept is that how to draw an altitude of an obtuse angle triangle. If I want to ask the question, I have 3 triangles are there. One is your equilateral, one is your acute angle triangle. Another is your obtuse angle triangle. And another is your right angle triangle. You see, in the 3 variety of triangle, you will have to draw the altitude from the topmost vertex to the base of the triangle. You will see, in this case, acute angle, if it is ABC, then the altitude may be drawn like this. AD will be the altitude. Okay. In the same way, as it is a right angle triangle, so here AB is already perpendicular to BC, so there is no need to draw the separate altitude. Okay, here AB is the altitude to BC. But in the obtuse angle triangle, you see, you have to develop the base VC. If this is ABC, you will have to develop the base VC to X, and then you can draw the altitude externally. Here AD is your altitude. Here AD is your altitude. You see, here BC is developed externally to Vx, then the altitude is drawn from the vertex A to VC, which is externally to the triangle. And this is an important fact that will be helpful to you in this what? In this theorem. Then next concept. You see, triangles are on the same base and between same parallels are equal in area. This concept you have taught in the standard 9. Triangles are having same base and between same parallels, then their areas will be equal. Okay, you see here, this is the diagram. You can see this is one triangle having your base this one, and this is another triangle having the same base. You have seen that both of the triangle are coinciding in this bottom line. Okay, and they are lying in the parallel. You see, this one is your same base, and you see another parallel line here. Here this straight line and this line segment, if they are parallel, then I can tell that area of this triangle will be equal to area of this triangle. Okay. area of this triangle will be equal to area of this triangle. Now come to the given part of this theorem. Okay, what will be the given part of the theorem? That we will discuss from the statement. In the statement it is given that if a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, so you will start our given in a triangle ABC, DE is parallel to VC. A line DE parallel to VC and that intersects the other two sides in distinct points. So DE intersects AB at D and AC at what? E respectively. So this is our given. Then what to prove? We need to prove here that line which is drawn parallel, okay, that line which is parallel, it will divided that other two side in same ratio. Okay, so here AB and AC will be divided in same ratio with respect to D. So here we need to prove that AD upon BD will be equal to AE upon CE. So that is our target, that is AD by BD will be equal to what? AE by CE. Now coming to the construction part. Dear students, why there is a construction in the theorem? This is actually the need to prove the theorem. What the prior knowledge I have discussed with you, depending upon that prior knowledge, because that knowledge will helpful to solve the problem. So depending upon that prior knowledge, here some constructions have been done for the easiness of your proof. So what I have constructed here, you see, I have constructed your joint BE and CD. You can see here the line BE and CD are joined, and then draw DM perpendicular to AC, DM perpendicular to, here is the line DM perpendicular to AC, and your EN is perpendicular to AB. I can show you in this diagram here also. You see, I have a triangle, you see, I have a triangle ABC. ABC is the required triangle, and here DE is made parallel to BC. Is that clear? Then this DE intersects AB at D and E is intersect AC at E. And I have joined what? I have joined your BE first, BE, and I have joined CD. Then I have drawn one perpendicular DM upon AC. This is under your construction, and another perpendicular EN upon AB. Okay. Now you see. Then we will go to the what? Then we will go to the proof part. This proof will be solved under 3 steps. What, in which way it will be solved, I will tell you. In the first step, what to do. In the second step, what to do. And in the third step, what to do. That we will be discussing. Is that clear? And in this way, if you learn the theorem, and it will be easily understood by you. Is that clear? So in the first step, what you will do in the first step, let us consider the triangles ADE and BDE. Just I want to tell you, see, consider about this triangle ADE, the upper triangle, you see, the ADE, and here BDE. This side, this left part, consider the left hand side. This will be a step 1, left hand side. And for going this, just erase the lines from your brain, from your mind. I want to erase these 2 lines for the clear vision of the figure. I just erase in from my mind. These 2 lines I am being erasing. Is that clear to you? You see. Now you will have a clear picture here. Now you see, in triangle AD, it is clearly visible this is the triangle ADE and this is the triangle BDE. Okay, so in these two triangle, let us find the ratio of the areas of these two triangle. You see, next what happened here? It is very clear that if I tell you area triangle ADE by area triangle here BDE, okay, will be equal to, now here you see the prior knowledge we have discussed, that is half base into altitude. So here what will be the base for ADE? As En altitude is drawn, therefore ADE base will be your AD, and altitude will be your AEN. In the same way, what is the area of BDE? That is half into, here the concept I was telling you. You see, as it is an obtuse angle, you see, so this is BDE is an obtuse angle triangle. Is that clear? So as it is an obtuse angle triangle, so if I consider BD as the base, you remember that situation. If BD as the base, then the altitude, the same altitude En is drawn outside in BD produced. Therefore here the base will be BD and the altitude will be your En. Then cancelling half, then En and En, we are getting AD by BD. Keep it as equation 1. You see here, then area ADE by area BDE will be equal to half AD into En divided by half BD into En, which is equal to AD by BD. Okay, consider this as equation 1. Question may pertain in your mind, that is also already discussed. I want to show you here in the screen. You see this, this is the BD triangle. I have taken it separately. Okay, I am make from this figure, let it is separated. Is that clear? In the same way, ADE is also separated. You see, triangle ADE is also separated. Now you see, the reason is that the area of the triangle ADE can be determined by what? Can be determined by this will be your base. So here AD will be the base and here this altitude, that is your En is the altitude. Okay, and in the same way for BDE, this triangle is BDE. Okay, so the BDE, as it is an obtuse angle triangle, therefore the same altitude En will also be an altitude of your triangle BDE, and the equation 1 we are getting. So this is your step 1. Okay, up to this is your step 1. In the second step, what we will do? Okay, let us see in the second step what we will do. In the second step, we have to consider the triangles ADE and CD. Both are in the right part of you. You can see ADE and your ADE, the same upper triangle ADE and the right hand triangle, that is CDE. I can draw here, you see, this is your ABC, then this is your DE. Okay, so here what we will do, we will take the ADE, you see here, this is your ADE and here the CDE. So this triangle and this triangle we will be considering. Okay, here in the figure also you see I have brought the figures individually. You see, this is the AD, that is brought separately. Okay, and in the same way, that is your CD, that is also brought separately. Okay. Now you see this in the same way. Now here we are going to determine the area of ADE divided by your area of CDE. Now here what will be the area of ADE? Area of ADE here, upon which side the altitude is drawn. You have to consider this altitude Vm. Okay? You have to consider this altitude dm. So here base will be AE half into base will be AE into altitude will be dm. In the same way, for the obtuse angle triangle, that is your what? That is your CDE. Okay, E angle is obtuse, therefore for this, if we consider the base as CE, then the same altitude dm will be drawn external. So here it will be half into CE is the base into dm is the altitude. Okay. Now you cancel your half, it is cancelled. dm is also cancelled. Now the remaining is AE upon CE. Let it be equation 2. Okay. Now here you can see area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE is equal to what? AE by CD. This is your equation 2 and step 2 of this proof. Then come to the step 3. In the third step, so this, as I was earlier telling you, this theorem will be solved within 3 steps. Now we are in the third and last step. You see what you will do after that. Note that triangles BDE and CDE, for certain time, let us wash away the ADE triangle, and it will have a clear picture of us. You can see, and again I am drawing the line here BE. You see. Okay. Here in the diagram also you can see separately I have brought BDE triangle. I have considering BDE triangle and CDE triangle. You see here. Okay, this is your BDE and this is your CDE. Okay. Now you see the BDE triangle and CDE triangle. Are you getting the point? Which side is common here? DE is the common side. Here this DE is your common side. As also here you have seen both of this DE side is matched here, and both of this triangle, they are in the same parallels, that is your DE and VC. So DE is parallel to VC and DE is the common base. Okay. So with this concept, the concept we have earlier told in standard 9 that if two triangles have same base and lie between same parallel, their areas will be equal. Therefore this equation is come here, that is area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. Okay, so here I can write here that area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. Let it be equation 3. Now let us summarize. Okay, we are at the end of this theorem. So you see we have 3 equations with you, that is area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE is equal to AD by BD. Here also you can see, and the second equation is area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE is equal to AE by CE. Okay, and third equation is area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. Okay, so comparing all these 3 equations, so we are getting the final proof, that is AD by BD is equal to AE by CE. Now most of the students, you may not be understanding how this is coming. Let me explain you how these 3 equations are compared and the final answer is coming AD by BD is equal to AE by CE. Okay, now you see what is our target. Our target is AD by BD is equal to AE by CE. Okay, now you see this is one equation and this is another equation. So our target is to make the RHS equal. So if the RHS will be equal, then definitely the LHS part of two equation must be equal. Okay. According to Euclid's axiom, you know very well, this is also one of the Euclid's axiom. If equation 1 and 2 will be equal, the RHS part, we need to be equal the RHS part. That is AD by BD is equal to AE by C. This is our target. So, to make our target successful, we have to make this LHS part same. Now, how the LHS part will be same, you see. Here area AD is there, here is also area AD is there. So, if by any means we can able to prove area BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE, then the whole LHS part of equation 1 and 2 they will be equal. So when LHS part will be equal and RHS part will be equal, then AD by BD is equal to AE by C, proved. Okay. Now let me take you in situation. For example, suppose we have two fractions P by Q and that is P by S. Now, how these two fractions will be equal? P by Q, its numerator is same and that of the numerator, both are also same. But if we making both of the denominators same, then these two fractions will be equal. Yes or no? So our target is Q will be equal to S. So here also in the same, if you resemble the concept here, you see, area, if by any means area BDE, area of triangle BDE will be equal to area of triangle CDE, then the LHS part will be equal. That we are getting from your equation 3. You look, that is area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. So these two is also same. So AD is also equivalent to AD, BD is also equivalent to CD. So the total LHS part of equation 1 and 2 are equal. So as the LHS parts are equal, automatically the RHS part will be equal, hence AD by BD is equal to AE by C. Here it is the proof written for you. So instead of doing all these calculations, we are simply written here comparing, or from equation 1, 2 and 3 we have AD by BD is equal to AE by C. So this is the proof of your basic proportionality theorem. Okay. Now along this concept, the original concept of basic proportionality theorem may or may not fruitful to solve all types of problems. So dear student, let us discuss certain corollary. Okay, let us discuss certain corollary of this basic proportionality theorem. Now, what is called corollary? In standard 9 we have learned in the Euclid's chapter, that is your proposition, fact, statement, theorem, corollary. A corollary is a deduced fact. What is a corollary? A corollary is a deduced fact from a original or known theorem or known facts. Are you getting the point? Is that clear? So you see the first corollary, maybe here see this is the original concept, AD by BD is equal to AE by C. Just make it reverse. So I can write here BD by AD is equal to then CE by AE. Is that clear? Okay. Now then I can go for the part. Just look at the design here. I can also take the part to whole. You see? Okay. So the second thing will be here, you see, AD by total AB. AD by AB will be equal to also in this side you see AE by AC. This is also one of the corollary. The way, again you look, the way we have taken part as a whole. Also I can take BD, here you see BD by AB. Also I can take, that is your BD by AB. And here in this side also, that is CE is to total AC. Okay? Okay? Now, you see again, this is your part and whole. Again, as like we have reverse it. We have reverse it. In the same way, we can also reverse these two equations to get another corollary. Okay, I can write here 4, that is AB by AD will be equal to your AC by AE. In the same way, the fifth one here, we can reverse this one, AB by BD will be also AC by C. Okay, AB by BD is also equal to AC by C. Is that clear? Then another corollary also you can get from by doing the method of intersaging or in the cross multiplication way. Like this, for example, you see, I can take this one, that is here AB by AD. AB by AD, we can look here, the sixth one, AB by AD is equal to AC by AE. I can shift this in the cross multiplication way. Okay? Then here I can bring AC here and I can take AD to that place. So another corollary I may get, that is AB by AC will be equal to, this AD will be coming here, that will be AD by AE. In this way also you may deduce different corollaries. The end of corollary is not up to this, whatever is written here. Also you can deduce the relation, deduce the other facts from this basic proportionality theorem. So students, this is all about the basic proportionality theorem. In the next time again we will discuss regarding the converse basic proportionality theorem, and then we will discuss what type of problems you will face with this concept of basic proportionality theorem. So one request to you, if you like this video, you please like, subscribe and share, and put the bell icon for the notifications for the further video.